So just to pick this up where I left it off when I first recorded this with regards to the Tuah girl who essentially has become famous because she likes to spit on dicks, which, for all these simps out there, is really not that spectacular of a thing. I know women like to think it's spectacular because they think that their pussy is gold and every simp has pedestalized them, and they think that this is like some precious beholder to be bestowed upon some lucky man. I got news for you. When you're no longer a virgin, it ceases to be this extravagant, amazing thing. So aside from the fact that she might be a plant, a Israeli agent, I will admit from the research that I've done, it may be fake. I know I've seen on Twitter in certain spaces the belief that it is accurate. I would say that I am 60% in favor that she is, and this is why I'm making this separate video, and 40% that she's not. And the 60% is not based off of like a ton of evidence, rather it's based off of me knowing the system and me knowing that the system orchestrates, manipulates, and plans certain things like this. So, that being what it is, I would say I'd give it a 60%. But, the primary evidence is her going on one or two podcasts. On the Howie Mandel show, she basically took a 23andMe test and the results came back like that, which honestly is not that likely. And I think she mentioned it on another podcast. But there is evidence from other people who have researched that her dad, or whatever the case may be, or uncle, requested and received her information being completely scrubbed from the internet as far as her nationality and her background. So, there's that. And that's kind of more researched secondary information about this subject, and that this whole thing is orchestrated. She used to be an Israeli agent. That's the other side. So I'd give it a 60%. The main thing that I want to say is the only reason why this dumb bitch is allowed to do what she does is because of the sheer amount of simps and the vast whorishness that America inhabits, the West inhabits. And this is what I used to be because I think a lot of conservatives are like this, a pure open market conservative. Capitalism is the best. It's the single most amazing system that has ever been in existence, and it has freed many people from their ills and issues and things of that nature. And I agree with it to a point. Make no mistake. As I've gotten older, I now, and I'm not a dumb fuck, I now acknowledge that it's not that simple. And the fact that America and the West is so whorized and whorish is a perfect example of when capitalism is left unchecked and is fully incorporated and included in a system, a national system, that country ends up whoring itself out to other individuals, because at the very core of capitalism is an agenda to sell one's goods, talent, talent, trade, land for profit. And if you don't think our government can do that, you're sadly mistaken. So anyways, that is the only reason why some dumb bitch like this is able to do what she is doing. This girl has been given, at this point, if I had to guess, probably $100,000 at least. Definitely thousands. And even if it wasn't 100,000 at least, and it was just in the thousands, it would still be too much fucking money for her saying one motherfucking thing, which is give him that hot Tuah and spit on that thing in her fake ass southern accent. Because there are dumb fucking douchebag simps out there who, as soon as they see something like that, they go, oh my god, she likes this on cock, oh my god, and they freak out because they've never gotten laid more than a few times. Okay, it's ridiculous. I'm just so tired of it. I'm not surprised by anything anymore, but I just get so tired of the nonsense, man. Like, you know, America no longer has any morality, any backbone. America no longer has a binding factor where people go, I am proud of that. I am proud to wear the red, white, and blue because of that. Any source of pride in America is not due to the things that America itself does. It's a natural sense of nationalism that I believe all human beings have because we are tribal. God created us to be tribal beings. But this is done in spite of America's best efforts, not because. There is nothing that America does that binds people to support it and scream from the rooftops that they are proud of that. You know, for me, for example, I used to be extremely proud of our military and our law enforcement and things like that. Unfortunately, I'm now black-pilled on that from the whole COVID pandemic. I know that law enforcement is nothing more than the enforcement arm of whatever ruling class is in place, and they will do, a lot of them, a lot of individuals within law enforcement are sheep-like creatures that will do whatever evil they are asked to do, but they'll also do the good things that they're asked to do. And this isn't really a surprise when you see the corruptedness nature or corruptedness of our law enforcement within America. I mean, there's movies, there's all kinds of things that document this. Now, I'm not trying to make this a video that is talking about that per se. I'm just saying, when I see the Hak Tuah situation, I no longer become, you know, frustrated or upset. It's more like, oh, shocker. Not, you know, it's like, oh, right. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't believe that happened. Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Okay. We're in America, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Surprise! America, you know, promotes dumb blonde whores that want to do whatever the fuck, want to pretend like they love spitting on cock. It's ridiculous. And I hate to be so graphic. I'm sorry, guys. I should rein it in a little bit, but it's just terrible. And I think that this, you know, because I like to expound and talk about more meta ideas when I see smaller issues. That's what a good commentator does. They take a smaller thing on the micro that happens, and they look for connections for the macro. Now, sometimes that's a dangerous thing, and you can be wrong about the macro in your evaluation of its connection, but there lies the rub. And to me, when I see this, all it reveals to me is that America yearns for God, for Christianity. It no longer has it. And again, this is a natural conclusion of the Constitution and the original founding documents withholding the church and Christ from its founding documents. And the reason why is because they could not foresee a world in which a majority of the people living within America, and the West for that matter, was not Christian any longer. A very Protestant mindset. And of course, they were wrong as fuck. So, this is not surprising, guys. Again, it's not. And the last thing that I want to say is, if you are really curious and you're a young guy that's watching my channel, younger than I am, and you are in high school or college and you're hearing all this bullshit about privilege and white privilege and male privilege, no. That is bullshit, much like most of what you're learning in school is. School is nothing more than propaganda and lies that you are asked to memorize and reconstruct your mind with and take you away from your natural nature from God. It is a propagandized arm of our government, of our system, propped up as some learning and learned experience where debate and differences of opinion and are welcomed and cherished. It's all bullshit. So when you hear that, remember this video that you watched in which Life as a Chad told you that the only privilege that exists is hot girl privilege within America, okay? And honestly, nowadays, I would say it's even more than that. It's really girl privilege, not just hot girl privilege. Because by and large, girls are given way more than the average man is. The average girl is given far more than the average man is given. I first heard this when I got out of college, listening to Clay Travis's podcast, and I don't agree with him on all things. He's definitely a social liberal. He is not nearly as conservative as a guy like I am is. A guy like I am is. But he was right. The only privilege that exists is hot girl privilege, or girl privilege. And you needn't look any further than when you first get out on the job market and you see all these hot 22, 23-year-olds snatching up jobs like that, and you're wondering, we have the same qualifications. Why am I not getting the jobs? Why am I not getting the interviews? Why am I not getting the calls? Well, because you don't have a pussy. That's why. Now, I'm not saying that you should play a victim card, because you shouldn't. But acknowledging truth and being a victim are two different things. How you choose to respond to the truth is the most important thing. So that's one way in which you can know the truth. And the other way in which you can know the truth is by examples like this of Hawk Tuah, where she makes thousands of dollars minimum, all because of some dumb fucking interview she did for some dumb fucking channel. in which she brags about spitting on dick as advice in the bedroom, or her special skill set that she utilizes to keep men coming back for more. I mean, come on. What sort of degenerate society have we gone into? I really think our society is as bad as Sodom and Gomorrah and some of these other, known degenerate societies. Hell, even Rome was probably more moral and logical and traditional than the modern American system is. So anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on the Hawk Tuah situation. Like I said, I recorded this before. I think I'm just going to post this one because this one I was able to articulate my thoughts better than I was before. But that is that. And don't let it bring you down. Don't let it victimize you. Don't let it, and I know it's easy to do that, but you have no choice but to keep moving forward, to keep pushing, and thrive in spite of this nonsense, to do well in spite of this nonsense, because that is the only way that we have a chance of salvaging this once great nation from oblivion. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to smash that subscribe button, like, comment. You guys know the drill. Last but not least, DBAP. Don't be a pussy willow. Facts are feelings because your feelings just don't matter. I love you, King. See you guys next time. Christ is King. Peace.